check out Frazzlecast. If you haven't yet, what's wrong with you?
Welcome to Frazzlecast, podcast by a Blizzard... I keep messing that up the past few weeks. A podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. We are recording live from a tavern. We are recording this on the shortest day of the year. How fitting for a gnome-run podcast. This is our episode that will be released on Christmas Day, or the day Winterveil presents can finally be opened in WoW. Unwrap this episode along with awesome presents. This is episode 34, Unwrap This Winterveil Gift. Each week, we are joined by awesome people from around Azeroth and beyond. And this week, we are joined by Lisia.
Woo!
And Lady Emma.
Hello! And also, you forgot to mention, this is also the day that the Green Man dies, who is the Mother Nature's husband/son.
What universe is that from?
Nothing wrong with that relationship.
Wicca.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, this is the day that the Green Man, he passes away. And when spring happens, he gets reborn, which makes him Mother Earth's son and then becomes her husband. It's all a confusing mess, but happy winter solstice to everyone.
That sounds like the Twitter family trees that were happening earlier this week.
Yes.
I was a son.
Yeah, so Frasley is my father-in-law, but he's also my son.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
And my brother was Madros, and one of them...
yeah, that's where you're my son.
Poppy was your wife, and one of them...
Yep.
And
but she was also the mother-in-law as well.
You're right. I forgot about that one. And for anybody who doesn't know, Poppy is an awesome listener who's been sending in messages to the show. We actually have one from her later on in the show. So,
yay!
Thank you, Poppy.
No, she is awesome. Apparently, she would love to listen to us live, but she is driving right now. So please be safe.
Yes. Though she did winky face when I asked what podcast she's listening to. She might be listening to earlier Frazzlecast.
Oh my.
Yeah. She doesn't play WoW, but she's just loving the show. So thank you, Poppy.
Awesome. And I'm glad we can entertain you. And I have been missing being on the show. It's been 2 long weeks.
No.
It's
been awful.
But after the chaos of 32, it's a better flow. And so.
Yes. I totally agree. I understand why the change of the format. I will admit that I haven't listened to the last 2 shows because I've been busy going outside.
Were you not on the last 2?
No.
Oh, I thought it was 32.
She was in the... Well, yeah, she was on 32.
Okay.
I
haven't listened to 33 yet. No, 32 was the wild one,
yeah.
Right? The murdered by a bear one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fozzie, no!
Okay, so, it's been that long that it feels like 2 weeks for me.
Well, you're on for this week and next week, because next week we bring Zephyra back.
Yeah, last week I ended up going to the German Christmas market out here, so that's why I didn't listen in on the show.
Oh, nice.
Yep, I found the perfect Christmas tree ornament for me. They're little black jack-o'-lanterns.
That so fits you. Yes.
Yep. And then I found the perfect chocolate for my mom, which I forgot to give her last weekend. I found one that is a chocolate skull with a chocolate key, and they look so real.
Nice.
Just to warn people, that is things my mom likes. Just putting it out there. I swear I don't live in a morbid family.
No.
Sure.
But, chocolate is the key to someone's heart.
Well, it looks like, because they powdered it with cocoa, it looks like a rusty, old-fashioned key.
Well, that kind of reminds me of my sorry grandmother, if you're listening. Um, but she likes chocolate and doesn't know when the chocolate gets moldy. So we were at her apartment, and I was like,
wait, chocolate gets moldy?
When you're
for some people who forget to eat the chocolate, or what happens
keeps for years.
No, if the temperature changes for the chocolate, that will actually destroy the chocolate compound and make it really disgusting.
Yeah, this chocolate had green on it. I mean, it was not Christmas chocolate.
Also, if you look at an old chocolate and it starts to have kind of like a white film on it, that is a form of mold.
So, grandmother, I love you. Just please get new chocolate.
Ew.
Chocolate doesn't last that long in my place.
Well, let's also move into what you were doing this week, because you went to the Christmas market. So
yes, I did that last Thursday.
Okay. And then then
on the weekend was my family Christmas.
Nice.
So I've already got Crapmas out of the way with my family, and that was hectic because we were supposed to go all to my mom's place at 1, but then my sister complained that she was getting sick and we can't bring my grandparents if her and the kids are sick because they're in their 90s and we don't want them sick. But then my Opa couldn't leave the house because he had a fall. So he's okay. He's a little sore. He's not bruised. He like I said, he's doing okay, but he's just sore and he's very slow at moving and he can't do stairs. So he couldn't leave the house. So we decided to start Christmas there so they wouldn't be alone and then finish it off at my mom's with the sick kids and my sick sister.
Yeah.
But my family, Christmas out of the way, my boyfriend's family, I told him I'm only going to one event out of the 7 events that they have going, and those 7 events are with the same people 7 times.
Interesting. So, yeah.
I finally said no. Just one. And we'll do the one for his Oma.
Yeah, it's hard to be hospitable to family that many times. I have a couple of families that gatherings coming up.
Yeah,
I love my family, but yeah.
Like his family is awesome where they're very super friendly, big open arm, very welcoming. So it's like, it's not like they're horrible people or anything. It's just, how many times can you have the same conversation with them?
Absolutely.
I hear you there.
Oh, and you're not allowed to look at your phone because that is rude. So the phones have to stay in the purse or the pocket or wherever and on silent.
What?
Yeah. Phones are not allowed.
It's 2017, people.
It's more as like, if you're going to be with family, you're going to be with family.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no. That wouldn't work for me.
My family yells at me for the same stuff.
Like I said, they're awesome people though. Yeah, so that's coming up. What else have I done? I actually have played very, very little World of Warcraft. I know, the Christmas event was on, and I thought it was a big deal that I have to start farming Grumpus through the whole entire time. And sorry, that's my phone.
Yeah, awesome ringtone, though, I have to admit.
Thank you. It gets annoying after a while. Especially the person who just texted me, so she'll probably text like 5,000 more times.
Turn your phone down.
Yeah.
This is a family gathering. You will put your phone away on silent.
Yeah, my phone's now on silent. Okay, so that to the side note. I thought I would have to farm Grumpus for all the new stuff, and I realized I'm only missing one thing from him, which is a enchant appearance, the Ragaros one, and everything else I had.
Nice. Even the
was Metzen that dropped that.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I meant. That guy. Well,
okay.
stolen presents.
Right, yeah, medicine. Okay.
Yeah. So I managed to, well, that's free medicine, but you still have like a Grumpus there. Or no, that's the Greenwich.
The Grinch.
Yeah,
Which is on my
something-
sweater. I've got the
Which
Grinch
is
sweater.
awesome, by the way, Frasley.
Oh, thank you.
So I thought I would have to farm him. So as I was not playing my boyfriend's account and my account at the same time, I was leveling a mage that was not on my boyfriend's account, so I could have a easy access portal as I am going back and forth with all my tunes. And on the 5th tune, after I finished leveling not his tune, to get the portals to Ironforge, I managed to get it on my mage, the enchant thing, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to really farm. And last
Works
year
for
I
me.
managed to get the mount from Draenor, and I could try to farm it and then put it on the auction house to make money, but I'm lazy.
Yeah, last year
Yeah.
I got the decorations in Draenor, but I did not get the stuff last year because I didn't have flying. This year with flying, it's so nice going between Grumpus.
And if you have the mage mage tower for the portals, you can have a portal right out there.
You can? Ooh.
Yeah. Unless you're a
Yeah,
horde tune.
I do.
Unless you have a horde tune, then you just go out there. Or you can find someone who has a level 3 garrison with that portal and just borrow their portal. But they have to be in their garrison for that portal to be up. I found that one out.
Okay.
So I decided I wasn't really playing much, and I've been missing my raid team because, well, I did my family crap miss last weekend, so they raid really early. So I've missed their raid teams a few times. Then what else happened?
You had a rant about a holiday
Yep,
scare.
I will. Yeah, I'll get in that in 2 seconds. I want to do the positive stuff first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then what else? So yeah, instead of playing World of Warcraft, I thought I would play Pokemon because I got the new Pokemon Ultra Moon and I have Ultra Sun. And because the beginning is somewhat like the other one, I just haven't had the heart to play it. Because it's there's in the very beginning, there's one that you have to farm to get the Pokemon, and I could cheat by transferring it over, but I like to catch things.
Yeah.
So I haven't been feeling like playing that. So I've been playing a lot of Steam games, and there was a game that was free, called King's Quest, and it's done by chapters, and I finished the first chapters, and I want the rest, but to get the rest is like $35, and I'm like, I don't have that money.
Is King's Quest the old Sierra game?
It's a point and click game.
Yeah. Okay. This is it the newer one, the one that was 3D? Because I think I played that a while back. Yeah. I have not played past the first level, but I've heard the remake of that was really good.
Yeah, chapter 1 was pretty easy. Like, there's a couple things that caught me off guard with that one, because when you hit, like, sometimes you have to hit certain buttons in a certain sequence to do something, and if you don't, your person technically dies. But because this guy's an old man, he can't really die because he's telling a story. So he's like, well, if I did this would have happened, but I wasn't that silly. So this is what happened.
That's cool, actually.
So yeah, it made me, because I'm one of those people, I don't like starting from the beginning, so it does have a save point where you are. So if you progress and you get stuck at a thing, you can just keep trying.
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing that instead of World of Warcraft and all that. And then, do you know those games? Well, it's not really a game, it's a puzzle where there's a grid and then there'll be like numbers at the top and numbers on the side, and you have to figure out where they go to make a picture.
Oh, I hate those.
I love them. I absolutely love them. I actually, that's what I've been doing like tons. My boyfriend hears me playing it and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, what are you doing? I keep hearing these noises. I'm like, I'm making pictures from numbers.
I am not that smart to play those, so.
It's not smart. It's tactic. So you have a grid by 10 by 10, and let's say there's a 6. Well, you know that a 6 will be definitely 2 in the middle. So you know there's going to be a mark there, and you kind of just plan it out that way. So there's a way to do it, and it's really easy.
I guess maybe if I tried to learn the mechanics, I would be good at it. Or at least not good at it, but
it takes a while, but it's super, super easy. So that's pretty much what I've been up to, other than cat to vet, which is a sad thing. She's still alive, but her health isn't quite there. I have my mom's cat, and yeah, that's a complicated mess right there. It fights with my other cat, but I don't know if it's play fighting or they're actually fighting. It's kind of hard to tell because they keep chasing each other.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
We had cats like that. We at that point, we think our cats were actually fighting for dominance. There's actually blood on my wall from a cat fight.
They could be fighting somewhat for dominant because they are both male, but Jinx likes to play rough, so...
Okay, and Jinx, and Nick's like, okay, if you want to play rough, I'm going to play rough.
Yeah, like the first 3 days, it's always the grace period where my mom's cat, Kuma, all it does is hiss and is violent towards everyone. Except for my boyfriend. He just kind of falls asleep in my boyfriend's lap. Go figure. And... yeah, so the first 3 days are the rocky. After that, they're pretty much okay, other than they fight every once in a while. That's all. That's all good.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, because it's this time of year, and this is kind of something you should be warning at the end of November, beginning of December every year, is to watch out for scammers. And I'm not talking about World of Warcraft scammers. I'm talking about real life scammers. But also be careful in World of Warcraft. But in general, scammers suck. And if you are a scammer and you're listening to this, I don't like you. Plain and simple. Basically, I had a friend who got their credit card number jacked. So this person was making purchases in real life and online. Even though my friend still has his credit card, they somehow was able to do purchases in real life and online.
Ooh.
Yeah, and of course, they found out because their credit card was declining. And they're like, what's going on? So they checked and they saw the history that there's been quite a few purchases that they haven't purchased. Their spouse hasn't purchased. So it's kind of like, and found out this was happening. The credit card company had already declined it prior because it maxed its limit. And it's like, why didn't you contact the person? Seriously. So this time of year is really heavy for scammers. Now, the other thing is this time of year is also very lonely and depressing for a lot of people. Yeah. Especially if they are single and they haven't been with someone for a while. And all you see is the couples cozying up, having hot chocolate with another couple type thing. And you get kind of like, you want to be part of that. Well, I know a lot of people think, oh, this will never happen to me. But there is a lot of online dating scammers. And they do a pattern where they tell you everything that they really like you and all this. And they start off slow to try and get your personality, what you're looking for. And they try to mimic that perfect person that you are looking for. And then the day that you're supposed to meet, all of a sudden, an emergency happens and they have to go somewhere. It could be for a job. Usually it's for a job, or maybe it's a family traumatic thing. Something happens. The day that you're supposed to meet, something happens. Then they keep telling you how awesome you are, how generous you are, like how sweet, and there's a small crisis. And usually they need something, they need money, something, but they've kind of already wrapped you into an emotional bond that you think you can trust them. And you think, well, I know you're in a bind. Can I help you out? And then you help them out. And that is where they realize they have you hooked. And then they still continuously egg you on to get as much as they can. And you see it in the newspaper. I have seen articles on the internet about these people getting scammed from these scammers. And once you give something to them, they're going to keep asking, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until some of these people have remortgaged their house to get extra money, sell their house so they can help this person that's apparently their soulmates.
Wow.
And it makes me sick that people like this will do this. I feel bad for the people who get conned into this, and I think it's wrong, but sometimes you should think logically. You haven't met this person. Why are you giving them stuff?
Yeah.
If you can live without it, let's say it's $5, $10, whatever, everyone's always in that little tight bind, not a big deal, okay? You can live without $5, $10, okay? So you don't get Starbucks drink or whatever drink, coffee for a couple of days, whatever. But if you can't live without that money, you should not be giving it to anyone, no matter how much you care about them.
Absolutely. That's actually one of the things in my Dave Ramsey course, he said is give once you have enough money extra, but don't put yourself in a bind to give.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who you are at all. I don't care what people say. If you cannot afford it, do not give it up, period. Even if it's a family member who says, hey, I have the money coming to me in a couple of months. I promise I pay you back. Do not do it. If you can't live without it, don't do it.
Absolutely.
And basically, this person I know talked to this person for 3 months straight, and this person got sweet talked into everything. And they didn't get hit too hard before it clicked into their head that it was a scammer. But the thing is, people warned them. And they went on the defensive mode saying, no, this is legit. This is legit. And if anyone you know, this is not the non-scammers, but the people who know someone might be getting scammed, send them articles and proof that this person could be a scammer. Number one thing is, if you ask for a photo and they give you a older photo, but they refuse to give you a selfie or do any video chat, they are a scammer. There is ways to get video chat of all different forms. So that's the first thing. If you can't talk to them video chat or get an actual sequence of a whole bunch of selfies, and a lot of selfies, then yeah, they're probably going to be a scammer. So watch out for that. They tell you what you want to hear. Anything that seems too good to be true is too good to be true. Do not trust everyone just because they tell you pretty words.
Absolutely.
Before you meet them, you're going to be in this fantasy land. You're going to think it's perfect. Well, I have done online dating for years. Once you meet a person, that fantasy land gets popped and reality hits, and you might not actually connect. So even if it's not a scammer, don't think it's going to be perfect until you meet the person, because when you meet, that's when everything changes.
Yeah.
Second to do with that, if you're going to meet someone online, do it in a public place, a place with where you have a friend, or you have a backup plan for safety. Like someone is supposed to phone you 5 minutes after you meet the person, so they know you're still okay. Have a code word. My friends and all us, we use the code word ice cream. It's like, do you need to go for ice cream? It's like, yes, I need to go for ice cream. That means you're in a bad situation and you need help getting out.
Well, and I've seen that some bars and all that will have a code word that you can tell the bartender that does not let the person know, but it lets the bartender know to help get you out of there.
Exactly. There's always different situations. Back to the whole scammer thing, just be safe. If you notice one of your friends are going to be scammed and all that, get them talking about the person, and find out as much information, because these scammers will set up fake profiles They will steal some random person's photos, and that's what they'll use. Facebook is not a safe place to put your photos. When you put a photo up on Facebook, you have given the rights to Facebook to do whatever they want with those photos, and anyone can steal those photos.
Absolutely.
Third, if you're on Facebook or any media, do put your privacy settings so strangers don't see them. Do what I do, and I put an alteration name online because I don't want people to know my name because they're going to figure out my birthday. They're going to figure out where my address is, and this is how scammers get all this information to scam you. So never put your real name out in the world online. Absolutely. Just do an alt name that you are comfortable and you will acknowledge as your name. So this is the worst time of year for scammers. Please, please, please protect yourself and anyone you know. And if the people don't want to listen to you that they're dealing with a scammer, make them listen. They might hate you right away, but in the end, they will thank you. And that is enough about depressing stuff. Let's talk about happy stuff, like today is my Friday.
Nice.
Woo, Friday.
Friday.
Me too. I don't have to work tomorrow.
I don't have to work until January 3rd.
Nice. Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to be you for the next couple of weeks.
Sounds good. And I have a lot of drinking. I have a bottle of rum right beside me that I stole from my boyfriend. He got it at work for Secret Santa.
I'll be right up.
Yeah, it's Sailor Jerry, which has a hint of like vanilla to it, which is really nice.
Sailor Jerry is good stuff.
It is. And smells so good and yummy. And the people who like Kraken, I don't understand how people like Kraken. Sailor Jerry is where it's at.
I was thinking about you, Lady Emma, when I saw this video that Walt Disney World is adding a wine bar in 2018. I was thinking, yeah, I was like, Lady Emma would love this.
Yeah, the great part is when I went to Disney World the last time, they had their food fair going on, their wine and food.
Nice.
Fair. So it was expensive for what you got. But because we won the trip, we actually had a gift card, so we could use that to purchase all the food and everything. And we got to try a lot of things. I got the cookbook from there, so I got, if any of the foods that I liked eating, I could make it at home.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you don't mind busy crowds and you're in the area or can be there, definitely do the food and wine fair in Epcot when it's up and running. Nice.
So, Lisia.
Yes?
How has your week been?
Well, a really nice thing happened this week. I got a raise.
Nice!
It's kind of funny because this other company is trying to recruit me, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And they asked me, well, what kind of salary range are you looking for? And I'm like, well, my minimum is X. And that was a little bit more than I was making. Then later that day, I get told that I'm getting a raise. And so now I'm making more than I told this other company my minimum is.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, so I'd be taking a pay cut. So now my minimum is like a lot more. So my feeling is they probably can't afford me. But it's just, it's so funny because they're like, following me around and going, please apply for our job. And I'm like, well, all right, I guess.
Well, that's cool. It's nice to be wanted.
Exactly.
Awesome to hear.
Yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I've been getting really bad headaches lately. And that means that it's hard for me to get on WoW at night sometimes. So I've been doing most of my playing on the weekend, but, we've now got Antoris normal on farm,
nice.
My raid group, and we've started heroic. So we're 2 or 3 bosses into that. And let's see. We've done all the Winter Veil stuff. It's a lot of fun. I don't have the Grumpus mount yet, so I'm still working on that. I did get the Globe Yeti right away. I got it the first day before too many people had figured out that there was such a thing, so that was good. I'm trying to think what else is up. That might be it. Oh, Oro got his the Void Talon. He got that mount.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that in your Discord. That mount looks sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's a bird and it can't fly, so that's stupid. But basically, we had just been doing Grumpus together, and we went and checked the the possible portal places that are right near there. And the last one we went to was live. And so I just told him to go ahead and I'd get it later. So, of course, since then I haven't seen another portal, but oh well. So
yeah.
I think that's most of the news. It's been, I got to figure out why I'm getting these headaches because it's just driving me nuts. I've got a terrible one now and I'm just like, oh God, make it go away.
Could it be the weather?
I don't think it's the weather. I think my eyes are just really sensitive. I had this thing, which I was talking about the last time I was on your show, Frasley, where this medication really screwed me up. And I was getting headaches a little bit before that too, but I think it might simply be that the stress has made me go into a fibro flare. And so when that happens, my eyes get really sensitive and I can't stand bright light at all. And so the combination of the fluorescent lights we have at work, plus the fact that I work by a sunny window, I think that's what's giving me the headaches. And then, they just start in the afternoon and then I can't get rid of them when I come home. So it sucks. I don't know. I'm going to talk to my doctor, but there's probably nothing to be done about it except work in a dim room, which I don't have the option to do. So.
Yeah, or maybe work from home until it's better if you're a company, but they
won't let me do that. They won't let me do that. So I mean, I get to work from home 1 day a week, and I very often get away with 2, but I definitely couldn't do 5. So I think I'm just going to have to suffer, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes it gets so bad that it just blossoms into a full migraine, and that's really horrible.
Ow.
But anyway, so I think that's most of what's up. And, it's interesting, Emma, that you mentioned this whole scammers thing, because I've been targeted a few times. What will happen is that some, apparently handsome looking, middle-aged, because, I'm middle-aged. So middle-aged single man will try to friend me on Facebook, and I know right away. What's up. So I just always block them and say that it's a spam request. But definitely the scammers are out this time of year. They're looking for lonely single women.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not even just for online, but even people is trying to steal credit cards, wallets, anything like that to basically it's Christmas time. People want to make money because they're probably getting expensive gifts for people.
Yeah, or they just want a lot of money, and this is a good time to get it.
Yeah, and I know somebody. It was a guy, but he almost got scammed by a person claiming to be a woman, and they had connected on Facebook for a while, and then all of a sudden, the person started wanting money. He was like, "This is a red flag. I'm done."
Yep, but if you're really deep into it, like I said, this person targeted my friend for 3 months before they did something small, and they made it seem like I need this really badly. I can't get it. I don't know what to do, and just start freaking out. So the person felt sympathy enough to get it for them, with that person promising to give them the money back once they've received it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've had that happen to me too, and it's not always a romantic thing. I knew a person who, it was another woman, and she targeted me that way because she knew I was a sympathetic person.
Yep.
Well, and I've had it happen where I loaned a friend money, and it strained my relationship. So I've actually moved to the place where if I give somebody money, I I don't expect it back because I don't want that strain on the relationship.
Exactly. The best thing is if you can live without that money, treat it like it's a gift. And, if they give it back to you, great. If they don't, not much you can do. So only give what you can live without.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. Yeah.
It's like on the airplanes where they say put the mask on you before helping somebody else. I mean, how can you help somebody else if you are putting yourself at risk?
In danger. Yeah, and the other things that you can do, for me, at the time, a lot of friends, we switch games or videos, books, whatever. And if something is precious to me, I want collateral. Not that I don't trust them, but things happen. So if I'm going to give you a game, then I expect a game of equal or greater value to that. So when I get it back, I can switch it.
Absolutely.
And I did that because I learned a long time ago when my sister's friends borrowed a movie that meant a lot to me, and they never returned it, and then never saw them again.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and I was in junior high, so I was about 16 years old at the time. So how was I supposed to know? So I took that as a learning experience right there.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yet another lovely learning experience.
Yep. That is life. If you don't, as soon as you stop learning, then life is boring.
Absolutely. So I'm going to move into my week and then move into the show.
Presley, how was your week?
I just realized today Dalaran has 2 banks. This explains why I'm always getting turned around in Dalaran.
How did you not know I had 2 banks? One bank was the Horde Bank, one was the Lions Bank.
But you can use either one.
Yeah, you can use either one. But it's just one was closer to the Horde thingy and one was closer to the Alliance.
Well, because I used the bank as my landmark. Like, okay, here's the bank. Oh, I mean, but then I always get turned around. Like, okay, so for there, I was like, that explains why I can never get my way around Dalaran because I'm using the bank as my focal point. There's 2 of them. It's just one of those like, doy.
Now you know, and this is a learning experience. Dalaran has 2 banks.
Absolutely. And then I worked on World Quest, ran LFR Wing 2, had another learning experience. So the second boss of LFR is the defense of ENR. We're running around like, okay, where do we go? People are like running around. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like we're killing stuff, but I never get a kill on the boss. I got to loot the boss. But it was just like, I think now I understand better. I'm going to watch a strategy video. I watched it on LFR Wing 1. I didn't watch LFR Wing 2 strategy video. I should have. And I went in.
Did you die on the elevator boss?
No, thankfully no. But I died a couple times in defense of ENR because I wasn't doing something right. So I'm going to.
There's constant damage in there. If LFR is anything like regular, there's constant damage in there, and so if you don't get healed up, you could get in trouble.
Yeah, and I was like with a party going this way, and thankfully someone told us to go near where the boss is after it was done to get talk to the tree to go to the next one. But yeah,
here's a good thing. There's actually a post that my team use that tells you where you need to go.
Oh, nice.
So there is a pattern. It's not random every single time. There is a pattern.
I'm going to look at that next time because, I did not get the achievement because I did not. I got the loot from the boss, but I didn't get the boss, so the achievement's not unlocked. It's like 2 of 3 bosses are down on that. But yeah, so I've just been doing LFR. Worked on Wintervale stuff. Still don't have a Globe Yeti. I tried the low population servers, but due to the fact that there are cross-realm zones, when I went to the city, it said, "Oh, there's nobody there." So then I got put in with the city.
Oh, you're gonna hate me.
You're
gonna hate me. I got a Globe Yeti, and it was really easy. It was super easy.
I'll get it next year.
It took me 20 minutes to get.
Maybe next year when no one's doing it. I'm going to keep trying it, but yeah.
Later down, I will talk about it, and I will show you or tell you the tricks.
Yes, I'm excited for that. And I need to throw snowflakes at an orc death knight. Thankfully, LVUI shows the nameplate colors, so I'm just looking around for a red nameplate. And I just today got a Draenei priest and one other one, but I still need a orc death knight, so I'm just running around Dalaran and getting that. And I'm also trying to get one of the new hats.
Orc death knight, don't you want to go to Okamar?
Well, I'm Alliance, so.
Yeah, so just way outside Okamar. Every once in a while, there'll be one there.
No, that involves having to camp out. It's hot over there. I want to be in Dalaran where at least it's nice and cool.
Oh, okay, to get that nice cool breeze.
Yeah. And I've been doing Grumpus much easier now with flying, but still don't have the mount.
Did they hot fix it like they said they were going to, where he doesn't get one-shotted anymore?
Yes, he did, and it's great because like it's kind of scales actually. I like that much better, and I found if you use World Quest Group Finder add-on, you can actually create a Grumpus quest, and everybody who does that will tag Grumpus, but will also they'll be working on the stuff. So you just go out there, either create a Grumpus group or join a Grumpus group, and you have all four quests done within like 5 minutes. It is awesome.
That is amazing. Yeah, I used to group up on my lower alts that would get one shot by everything. So I needed someone to heal me.
Well, and even with all the raid gear out there, I think they've done some zone scaling. The Grumpus get killed faster, but Grumpus, he had some hefty damage. And then I saw The Last Jedi. Awesome job. Won't say any spoilers. Just
you already did a spoiler.
Yeah,
I saw that spoiler, and it's old. I saw it last year as well.
I know. Well, I mean, it's been they were just reusing the same storyline. No,
apparently they are. As a repeat every 3 things, they're supposed to repeat kind of the storyline.
Which I actually can see because in communications, you have a medium. And you want to get the message across. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it felt long at a couple places, but still, I loved it. It was real. The whole way along, I felt like a kid just watching it. And I saw a movie poster for the next movie. Forgot they were making a standalone movie about Han Solo called Solo. That was
I didn't know the name of it, but now I just shake my head.
They're making a Solo standalone movie about Han Solo called Solo.
I'm gonna hurt you.
And then I pre-ordered Before the Storm on Audible, and I'm actually excited about Audible again because I did not know there was actually an Audible plan called Silver for every other month. Because I get backlogged because I'm listening to Audible and podcasts. I can't do the $15 a month, but $15 every other month for a credit.
I just realized I have to redeem 2 of my credits or I'm going to lose them.
Before the Storm's out, and then there's like some other really good books. Good Mythical Morning, their creators had a book. But yeah, so
Yay.
It's really good.
Another one that's really good that I noticed that they have on the main page for me, but I already have listened to it, is Ready Player One.
Yes, and
that's such a good book. Movie comes out.
It's an excellent book, but what I have seen for the preview of the movie, I'm going to be really, really disappointed.
I think...
And they're not staying to the story. They're not. I can see already what they have been showing.
Okay, let's definitely talk about that. I've actually got that in the show notes because...
I'll wait then.
Because I'm definitely curious on that. So yeah, LFR Wing 2 is open. We talked about that. One thing I want to talk about, just because it's very timely, is some bosses in Legion drop hats. So Croesus in the Nighthold drops finely tailored red holiday hat. Saprish in the seat of the triumvirate. However you say that, drops the finely tailored red holiday hat, and Veramathras in Interest of Burning Throne drops the finely tailored green holiday hat. So I probably won't get that one because I'm not running normals right now, and I don't think his or her there. I don't think their wing opens up till after.
But if we're talking about the whole Winter Veil, here's some little tidbits. Now, Horde tailors can buy the green pattern in Orgrimmar. The Alliance tailors can buy the red pattern in Ironforge from goblins. These goblins are neutral. That means any faction can click on them. Problem is the location. So many years ago, I actually got the green pattern on my human tailor from Orgrimmar. Many deaths. Just FYI, many deaths.
That sounds painful.
Yes, very. Yeah, you had to find that sweet spot where you didn't aggro anything and pray that no horde people see you there to buy from the goblin the pattern. I believe you can also buy it in Stormwind and all the other major factions because you're looking for the goblins for the holiday event, and I think they are in each of the cities.
But the pattern you needed was specifically in
Horde side. Horde side. So, and vice versa, if the Horde tailor wants the red pattern. Now, this is a great tidbit. If you are Horde, you want to make the red outfits. If you are Alliance, you wanted to make the green outfits because they sold for a pretty penny on the auction house. Now, with the transmog system, this is probably the year that it might go good because if you already made that pattern and you had the item in your bank, it doesn't count for the transmog thing. You have to make it again or buy it again.
Interesting.
Oh. Yeah, my friend told me about that this year. So yeah, it's best time to go do them. I should actually make them for my thing. But sadly, you can only transmog in them during Winter Veil.
Blizzard, fun police.
Yeah, I think we should be able to dress any way we want, any time of the year we want, but what can you do?
Yeah, well, and Lisia, I just want to bring it up because I saw it was a discussion on Twitter. I agree with you. I don't know if you chimed in on this one, but I think no matter what gender you are in WoW, you should be able to transmog to the style of armor that you want. I mean, it was a Twitter thread. And I'm like, just let people choose how they want to look.
Oh, exactly. I mean, if men want to dress like, in what people call slut mogs, I hate that term, but whatever. If men want to dress in that kind of thing, why shouldn't they be able to? I don't get it. There are a lot of, like, for instance, there are a lot of women who play gay men, or maybe even gay men who play gay men. I don't know, but whatever. And some of them want to dress in these really, hot looks, and it's very hard to do that if you're playing a male toon. And I think that everybody should just be able to wear whatever they want. I dress all my toons in extremely sexy outfits.
Where I'm the opposite, where I try to make them somewhat conservative, but if they have cleavage, I'm okay with. But I'm not a big fan of the, skimpy underwear look. But that's my preference.
Yeah, well, and I was kind of thinking about it. WoW mimics real life. Like I said, I want to be short, so I play a gnome. It sounds weird, but I want to be short, so that's why I like the gnome. And WoW is a game where you can be somebody different. So yeah, I was thinking
that's the whole point. It's a fantasy game to live out your fantasy in sometimes not so PG ways, but we're not going to get into that. But you dress your toons the way that maybe you would love to dress in real life.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was a tangent. I wanted to bring it up because I saw it on Twitter. I was like, yeah, just let people live out the way that they want, because they'll actually be more attached to the character if it can be who they want to be.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, Winter Veil. So, let's go over the Globe Yeti.
All right, so I'm first going to tell you about the changes in 2007 before I get to the Globe Yeti. So this year on, I think it's the 25th is when you can open the present, or is it the 24th? 25th. On the 25th, to open the presents, there's 2 new Winterfell toys that you can get. Now, the thing with these toys is one is for the Horde, one is for the Alliance. You can't have both.
Now, if you buy one, does it unlock for both?
I think it's still set for like one. So if you go on your Alliance tune and you open that thing, you'll get the Hearth Station. The Horde and Alliance both have a Hearth Station, but I think they're slightly different. What it is the Alliance get the toy weapon set, and it's different from the Horde.
Okay, so probably for the toy count in the toy box, you'll probably want to log in and get both.
Yeah. So, and I believe you might have to be a max tune on both factions to open the toy or the present, because that's usually what they do for the top newest toy. You have to be the highest level. So what these toys do, the Hearthstone Station is a new toy which sets out an improved Hearthstone table to play. The toy weapon set, you get an achievement, don't play with that in the house. This item will probably, and I'm reading this word for word, I'm sorry, this item probably will allow you to spar with other players and with special abilities, much like the World Quest tournament.
Okay, and it might be like the, I'm almost thinking it could be like the foam sword rack, where you can...
Well, I'm seeing it kind of like... for Day of the Dead, there's these masks you can fight with these people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this apparently, it creates a adorable weapon toy, a wooden toy axe, a wooden toy sword, a wooden toy shield, and another wooden toy shield, depending on what faction you're on.
Nice.
So there's also a new pet added. It's the Globe Yeti. Now, with this Globe Yeti, you can only get into places in the snow globe set. It's in Ironforge or in Orgrimmar. That's it. There's a globe in Dalaran, does not count.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right, so now while you're in there, this is going to be the pain, especially for those pet collectors. There will be only one spawn every half an hour. That is the pain. Now, don't try to pick it up and then get rid of it if it's not like the rare. You don't care for that. You can go to Dalaran and buy the rare stones, upgrade to 25, whatever you feel like. And if you don't have enough pet tokens for that, go put on the Zookeeper shoulders. You'll get enough. Trust me, that's what I do. So you go in there and you wait. Now, there's going to be other people farming, so if you just trying to click on it before them, it's really hard because you don't know where it's going to spawn in the snow globe. So the video I watched from Hazel, I can't remember the last name, but everyone knows Hazel. She suggests making a macro that targets the Yeti. And you basically hit that until you target. Now, sorry, I'm having issues. Now, once you've target that Yeti and everything, you can go to your hotkeys, not hotkeys, keybinds, go to targeting, and then at the very bottom of targeting, you're looking for interact with target. Now, you want to keybind that to something that you're not really using at that point in time, or you can use it as temporary because you can always unbind it. Now, what you're going to do for like what I did. It took me 20 minutes to get mine. And it looks like it's always on the half an hour mark. Mine was like 4 minutes after the half an hour mark. And what you do is you hit your macro to target the Global Yeti and then hit the thing with interact with target, and you just go back and forth. I was watching Netflix while I was doing this, so I had something to do in that 20 minutes, and you just go back and forth. And basically I beat 3 other people who were farming it.
Nice.
So that is the easiest way to get him.
That's how we got him too. We basically made the macro. We just, put it on one of our action keys and then just hit, and then hit the one to interact with it the minute we were able to target it, and blammo.
Yep. And if you're zoning out like I was watching TV, you just go back and forth on both of them. I keybind it to my mouse, so I was just switching my mouse buttons back and forth. And boom, got him. And I had my terrible turnip, who's level 25, to hit him once and then put him in a cage.
Nice. I was thinking this is probably bad to say this tactic, but if you want a low population server, RP realms do not have cross-realm zoning in cities.
Good to know.
Really?
Yeah, because it wrecks the RP. Because when you're walking around, you want to be able to see everybody on your server. And that was one of the hot fixes they did, I think, last year, was to remove cross-realm zone. So I was thinking, because I tried doing the low population server today. I ran to Ironforge thinking nobody's going to be on the server, and I walk in there. And because nobody was on the server, it actually brought people into the thing. So, sorry, I just gave away the RP realm. But if you're on RP realms, respect the RPers there. Don't be jerks.
And don't go to Moonguard.
Yeah. Unless
actually, I RP on Moonguard. It is not that bad.
My boyfriend's sister's raid team is on Moonguard. And, well, I was there for like maybe 10 minutes, and I was asked to come upstairs to the inn floor. I'm like, I need an adult.
Oh my.
So it's probably not that bad. And if you ask people, like, try to be respectful, it's like, hey, I'm not really into this type of thing.
Yeah.
That probably hopefully respect, or make your tune blush, giggle, and then swoon.
Yeah. And yeah,
eat food.
But yeah, definitely be respectful of the RP servers and try that. Do we want to go over 7.3.5 PTR first, or do we want to talk about the other topics first?
Let me quickly finish doing the Winter Feast. Fest. Okay, so after that, if you are going to go to get your stolen present, there is a new drop called the Glowing Gift. The Glowing Gift is item level 880. Apparently you can upgrade it. It has an agility, strength, or intellect, depending. Use ability increase critical strike, haste, mastery, and versatility by 755 for 20 seconds. So that's nice. Then the other one is the one that we've seen before, which is Great Transmog, is the miniature Winter Veil Tree, which is a dagger, one-handed, which I don't think a lot of us are using right now because of our artifact weapons, but is a good, cute little transmog, so who doesn't want to already have it?
Absolutely. And now, is that one that's only usable during Winter Veil?
I don't know, tell you the truth.
And
I want to say no because it is a weapon.
Okay.
But don't hold me to that. And then you've already gone over where you can get the lovely hats.
Yeah, and I'm still working on those, but and it's not just Legion. And there are other, like, there's ones in Draenor. I've got a red and green hat that I got from Northman content, so you can kind of go in all the different places. It's not guaranteed drops, even in Legion. I don't think I've seen any drop yet.
Nope, it's not a guaranteed drop. You do have to farm for it. I find with the raid teams with personal loot, usually one person does end up getting it.
Yeah, on an LFR, nobody. No way, I did, yeah, on LFR Nighthold, nobody got it.
Ah, that's a shame. Then there's also, the old stuff from Draenor. There is a mount there. There's some toys. You can decorate your garrison still if you feel up to it. There's, a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to get into that because that is old content, and if you want more details, there's always the wonderful Wowhead. But for the new stuff, that's what it is. Oh, and one thing I found out and it made me sad is last year you could cheat the system by saving your presents from the previous year and get all the new stuff before it was released.
Oh, but
they fixed it this year. I was really, really sad because I opened the present and I got a sled. And I'm like, but I already have a sled.
Well, and I heard on the Summoning Stone that Elixir of the Rapid Mind used to drop in Wintervale gifts, and Wintervale Savage gift, and that was a consumable. Yeah, and that's no longer dropping. It sounds like that may be leaving the game.
I don't think it's leaving the game. It's just a lot of people, for gold farmers or people who are really good on the auction house, that was a moneymaker.
Okay.
But the way that they're kind of leveling, it kind of makes it slightly mute. Because it's from, I think, 1 to 100 that you could use it.
And I remember seeing on that they are modifying even the leveling amount in 7.3.5. So like around, there's that lull between 1 to 60. You actually will get increased leveling between there. So I could see maybe...
You mean 55 to 60, which is like the worst?
Yeah, and it sounds like between there, they've actually increased... Well, and even before, Wowhead had a graph a couple weeks ago where it seems like it starts to level out around 60, like kind of go back to normal. But around there, you actually get an increased level gain, but then it goes away. So
yeah, it was level 55 to 60 in my experience, due to the fact that you're running the same dungeons and you no longer have those quests to do.
Yeah,
or other stuff. So it actually is a real grind right there.
And all that's going to be changing in the next patch, which is great.
I'm kind of scared for the next patch because I'm like, I know I haven't really been playing, but I'm also kind of not ready.
Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that I need to do overall, even stuff that I've never done in any of the expansions because I was gone for a while. So I'm feeling almost like, wow, we're getting new stuff. I'm thinking like I played heavily of Legion. I mean, like night after night. I'm going to start doing that again for Battle for Azeroth. But it's exciting though. I mean, it's a game that keeps getting stuff added.
Yeah, but they take away things, and that's not fun.
No, and looks like something that they took away that I was excited about last night. It's gone. So 7.
What did they take away?
Okay. There was a thing last night that I tried that they had Tyrion's charger mount available through the Taiwan Battle.net shop, and you could have it be sent to the US and EU. So me, with my addiction to shiny things.
No, that's not true. They didn't have that. That was if you bought an annual pass.
What?
And that was back in Cataclysm.
Well,
There's
yeah.
no other way to get that.
The Taiwan Battle.net shop, apparently it's been around for a while, but no one said anything until Wowhead last night has a story that you could buy Tyrion's charger on the Taiwan Battle.net.
That was Diablo's 3 annual pass, apparently.
Yeah, and I didn't get that because I wasn't playing well at the time. So I bought Diablo 3, but I didn't buy the annual pass. I kicked myself for not doing that. It's like,
I think when you played a year subscription of Miss of Pandaria, you got Diablo 3 free with the charger.
Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't playing, so it's my own fault for not getting it. But it was one of those I should have just done it. But I didn't think I was going to be back in WoW like it. But yeah, so but they had added it to the Taiwan Battle.net, and you could send it to like there are people who were getting it on US and EU. I did try this. I still am waiting to get my charger. Hearing differing reports that it may take 72 hours for it to appear. Some people already had it. Or I'm hearing I may just need to, after 72 hours, send them a refund request. So, yeah. Some purchases are even being refunded. Sounds like some of them are being removed. So this could have been a glitch in the battle.net system, and it probably was. I tried it, but again, WoW had released it. So, but yeah, so that's something was added but then taken away. I mean, if you already got it from Diablo 3, it's not going away. It's this other way to get it. So
you gave me a minor heart attack because I'm like, I have one.
No.
But I was thought something else in game. I'm like, no, don't get rid of the farming stuff.
Yeah, no. So yeah, the rapid melt's going away, but Tyrael's Charger, it was a glitch that probably never should have been there. I will let you know on the next show if I got my Tyrael's Charger, but if I don't, I fully understand because I shouldn't have been getting it anyway. So, but again,
sounds like it was a scam, actually.
But it was through the Battle.net shop through Blizzard. So like I was TW.
Yeah, I mean, only in Taiwan. That just doesn't sound right.
It's probably someone hacked the website.
Well, I think what I was hearing is because they didn't get a chance to ever get that promotion at all, that they gave it to them. Like I think some of the other regions get stuff that we already had.
How many promotions they had? Not them, but like China had that we never got.
That is true.
There's tons of pets and other toys and things, achievements that we couldn't get because it was only special for them.
So yeah, it's one of those I understand exclusivity. There's a lot of stuff I still want. That's why whenever I see a shiny that I can get, I grab it up because it's like I want it.
I understand. I'm the same way.
Because
I really like stuff like that too.
And I've missed so much stuff. So when I saw that I could attempt to buy it last night, I was like, it's $22. I'm going to get it back if it doesn't go through, but I'm going to try. You know, it's through Blizzard. It wasn't like I was going to some random site. I was at tw.battle.net, so I tried it. But yeah.
All right. So I've been out of the loop. Frasley, what can you tell us that's coming to 7.3.5?
Some of the new stuff that's been coming through is that the allied race character screen requirements are already in game. So like the screen checks if you have Battle for Azeroth. I had a link. Let me open it. Sometimes. You know what? Sorry.
Can you pre-purchase it already?
Not yet, but in 7.3.5 there is there's store assets. So they're getting it ready for it to be pre-purchasable, which makes sense. I mean, you want to get people ready, but even before pre-patch. But what is confusing a lot of people is there's a lot of stuff for Battle for Azeroth inside of the pre-patch. So like the allied races character screen, for instance. I'm just pulling it up because like in the character, it checks for different things. When ally races are present, has a character creation option. The game first checks to see if you have the expansion Battle for Azeroth. If you do not have the expansion, you will get an error. If you have the expansion, the game then checks to see if you have the proper allied races. So WoW has again speculating that could we possibly be getting them as a perk? I mean, there's a lot of stuff for a pre-patch. Not even for a pre-patch. There's a lot of stuff for a small patch with a lot of Battle for Azeroth. But it could just, again, be getting stuff ready. Mythic Plus...
I would assume they were getting it ready.
And probably making it easier to move things over. It's just...
Alicia, what do you think?
Yeah, Lisa, what do you think?
Well, from what I've heard, I mean, we're not going to be able to actually do anything with the allied races until we hit max level, so I don't know. There's some speculation I've heard that it might be something that you get for pre-ordering, but again, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me because I thought we were already told that we'd have to be 120 to even do the quests to get them, so I don't know.
Well, and I could see maybe a couple of the races being locked behind Battle for Azeroth. And maybe they say because there's 6, is it 6 per side? Or no, it's 3 per side. Maybe because it's 3 that they give us 1 or 2 just to be like, here's a little taste. That sounds like
and that could be. I mean, really, nobody knows. So
yeah, it's just it's exciting, and it's like the only. It's kind of fun to do some of the rumor monger. Be like, hey, you never know, because we got Demon Hunters before, so I'm just kind of going off of that. Mythic Plus, this one's actually a pretty big one. Combat Resurrection is a shared resource, so everybody has the same cooldown now. So I don't understand that past that, but it's a big change, which might change how Mythic Plus is done. Demon Hunter requirements are now level 70.
they always were.
Wasn't it 100?
No, if you had a level 70, so like for instance, if you had a Death Knight and leveled it up to 70, then you could roll a Demon Hunter on that server.
According to my best friend, you had to have a high level tune on that server before you can make it on that server.
Right, a level 70. You didn't have to have a max level. It was a level 70.
Oh.
Okay, I thought it was at least 100 or something.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Nope.
And according to...
It was always 70.
Zircon on Wowhead, it's always been that. So sorry. That was fake news on my part. Sorry.
Fake news.
And two interesting things to note that they have found from the strings, because they've been doing a lot of data mining of the strings in 7.3.5. I love Wowhead. I mean, it's fun, all the stuff that I never would have seen. I love that they look for all this. Using Recruiter Friend to boost an allied race's level will make you unable to get the heritage armor. So you need, which I don't.
But the Recruiter Friend grants you levels only if you are basically every 2 levels you do, you get 1 level to grant the person who recruited you. But it only goes up to a certain amount of levels.
Right, but what they're saying is if you're playing an allied race, so let's say you roll a Void Elf and then you get somebody to use your Recruiter Friend link and they grant you levels, you won't get the heritage armor on that tune.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, but it's good for them to tell us.
Yeah.
Yes, I am extremely happy that they're telling us, but that still sucks.
I see the allied races as kind of a thing you do once you have a character, almost like the hero class. It's not, but it's something. By doing the leveling again, you're showing that you are dedicated to that race. It's an interesting concept. I mean, trying to give more content, make the game last longer.
Yeah, I think that's why they took Elixir of the Rapid Mind out too, is because, okay, so they're making it easier for you to level, now with this new, scaling leveling thing. Well, okay, so you can't use something to kind of, cheat it.
Yeah, and even though we have heirloom experience, they're decreasing stats on heirlooms to make it more of a challenge. So I mean, again,
Right.
people, I see a lot of this is people have been telling Blizzard leveling's too easy. Blizzard's like, okay, we're going to make it more challenging. And now it's
But
funny.
I like it easy.
There were
I'm
enough.
one of the few that never complained about it being too easy. I like it easy.
I did too. I could watch Netflix and stuff. Now I have to actually pay attention. It's like when I go to Argus, I can't just fly around. When I do the world quest, I can't just listen to a podcast. And but I have to actually pay attention. And to create an allied race, you need a character of level 110 on the server to create. So I think once you unlock it on your account, you can make another server. You just need a 110. And embassies now have allied races. I did hear, I think it was Blizzard Watch that said Wrathion is in the data text again for 7.3.5.
That'd be nice. I would love to see that.
Apparently he is, and he's on the Alliance side, not the Horde side.
Well, and he was in the demo, and then he left, and I don't think he's currently on the embassies, but
He better be.
But
I agree.
they found broadcast text of him, I think. Either broadcast or data. So he is in the game. So we can look forward to a lot of the Wrathion update from Emma. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
I need my Wrathion baby.
Yeah, it sounds like from what you're saying, if you just need to have a 110 there, then it sounds like maybe it is something that's a pre-order perk.
Yeah, because you're right. Because when they say you need a 110 on the server, maybe when they said max level, they meant max level here, or maybe they're changing. Because what we got at BlizzCon, it isn't always the final information.
Yeah, and I think that must be the case. That originally they'd actually said you had to be. They didn't say the words max level, if I recall correctly. They said you have to be 120. And then I think they probably just walked that back and maybe decided to make it, a pre-order perk or something. And that would make a lot of sense.
Well, what would be really cool? I've always said it, the summer months is the perfect time to get people back into a game. So the expansion doesn't launch until September or October, but allied races could launch for the summer. That would get people back in playing. That's
true, yeah. Or
but I like
again,
my
if
summer off so I can work on my summer non-existing tan.
Same here, right? It's like I am white as a sheet all summer.
But for me,
actually, I got a really bad burn last May, and I still have the tan lines from.
I don't tan. Wrong pigment.
Well, you're a gnome. The sun doesn't reach you.
I love this. I love the gnome jokes. I'm sorry to anybody that loves gnomes. I like the gnome jokes. So
I only do it because this is how I show I care.
Oh, my heart's warm. Or did I get stabbed?
You have heartworm? What?
No, speaking of that, it's a quick tangent. Sorry, Mike sounds. I saw there's these worms. It's in comedy time on Discord, but this person, it's disgusting, but it was from like Feedly. It's worms put in soy sauce, and the worms are still alive while you're eating them. Oh, anyway.
Ew.
Sorry, I don't know.
Kind of like the worm in the tequila.
Yeah. Wait, worm and tequila?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Anyway.
And whoever has the last shot has to eat the worm.
I'm not drinking because of that now.
It's only tequila. The good tequila is the one with the worm in it. Or so I'm told.
Wow. What people do for drinking. Anyway,
I did swallow the worm one.
You're not supposed to swallow it. You're supposed to chew it and then eat and swallow it.
I was very drunk.
Yeah, that worm will put you on your back.
I learned a lot today. Well, it's like those peppers in Chinese food that they always tell you not to eat. I ate them.
Ghost peppers?
Yeah, not ghost peppers, but they're like small little black peppers. But they are very spicy. But yeah,
I just avoid peppers.
I like spicy food. Low-level weapons are being added to leveling quests, so more transmog, probably to help people who also don't have heirlooms, because not everybody has heirlooms.
Especially new people, you can't help, or some people who don't play a lot, so they don't make a lot of gold, so they can't afford them.
Yeah, I actually used tokens to buy my first heirlooms for Frasley, so I admit it. I bought tokens.
You know what? I still have on my priest because you got heirlooms from the coins for doing random dungeons. I still have that quest on my priest, but she no longer gets the coins, which makes me sad.
Oh, Blizzard!
Like, they need to bring that back. That quest line.
Man, Blizzard, give it the take it away. Just some interesting information before we for allied races, Nightborn exalted with the Nightfallen, and then completion of the good Sir Martin. Void Elf exalted with Argusian Reach, and completion of You Are Now Prepared. Lightforged Draenei exalted with Army of the Light, completion of You Are Now Prepared. So you can actually do a lot of the rep ahead of time.
Woot. When?
Anytime. You just have to be exalted. And it sounds like these, Wowhead's saying these tracking achievements are listed as account-wide progress. And yeah, they're listing you'll need to have purchased Battle for Azeroth, have a level 110 already in the server, and complete a special scenario to play the race. So yeah.
That should be easy.
Trial Style is apparently now in seasons, so I should have done more of Trial Style to get the other appearances. I probably, unless they let you still buy them, I may not be able to get the other ones.
I hope so.
I do too, because like I enjoy Trial Style, but I only played it for one character and one armor type.
I did it for all. And all for one.
3 Musketeers. I'm hungry now. Decorate.
I love Three Musketeers.
Yeah. Oh, it's so. Ooh, and 3 Musketeers. Oh no, never mind. I don't want to say it because it could be a spoiler for a show. Anyway. Decorations, which you can use you also can now get decorations you can use on stage. They last for the whole competition, and they can be used on while you're on stage. And I'm going to presume that they're bought with the trial style tokens, which are now a currency, so that they don't take up back slot space. And that would be
nice.
And there are new challenges. So definitely, I'm glad they're increasing. I like these small little mini games. They're fun.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I think it was Deceiver I was doing it with, and he was telling me because I was doing on a panda, I would not win, and I end up winning every single time.
Awesome.
I won,
but he's still young, and he forgets that there's probably a lot of furry lovers too.
Yeah. I won as a gnome. I was surprised. I won a couple times.
Me too.
The next one, the Battleground. Do we want to talk about this or wait closer to 7.3.5?
I say wait a little bit closer.
Talk about it.
Oh, you want to talk about it? I know nothing about it. So right now, all this stuff is new information for me. So, and I'm thinking, well, should we wait until we get, when it's a little bit more closer to live? Because things still change. People don't forget, this is just on the PTR.
Well, this is more a description. Just there is something in here that could be a spoiler.
Okay. I will leave it up to you guys if you want to talk about it.
Oh, I think go ahead.
Okay. If it's a spoiler, skip ahead probably a couple minutes. Because I'm just going to say we'll say the word once and then we'll move on past the word and talk about the Battleground. But there's a blue post about the Seething Shores. In a new Battleground, Seething Shores players of the Horde and Alliance will descend upon Silithus to a battle over the Azerite bubbling to the surface. The Battleground will offer a dynamic control point gameplay similar to Arathi Basin, but with new control points appearing periodically as resources are depleted. This new Battleground will require coordination so you and your team work to overcome the opposing faction. Since this Battleground actually serves to tell part of the story that leads to the events of Battle for Azeroth, we also plan to offer a preview of the Seething Shore during patch 7.3.5 as we continue to build upon the conflict between the Horde and the Alliance for the coming expansion. So I love this. I love that they're adding more stuff and more content, just something new and exciting to do for PvP, but also to show where we're going.
Battle you will.
I can see how they're going to do it, being very frustrated for really decent PvP players who are kind of elitists, with people like me who's pugging in.
Pug you will.
Yes.
Sorry. Anyway.
I'm going to pug. So yeah. It's definitely, when I plug, I don't worry about what the raid says, because you always get somebody on raid chat who's angry. I'm yelling at the sky. It's not going the way I want it.
I usually eventually get hit on by someone in the thing, so...
There are times
It's a girl playing a game! Oh my god!
Well, it's really obvious because my toon name is Lady Emma. The last one, he's a really sweet guy. His daughter's name's Emma, so that's what caught his attention.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah. The other thing, it's like, wow.
So yeah, me picking up random people in BGs. Yeah, I'm supposed to be killing these people, but hey, you're cute.
Players, just be human beings, players.
They are being human beings.
This
If
is
you
why
see a
I
cute
dress my
person, you flirt with them.
characters. But this is why I dress my characters in skimpy outfits, because that's something men tend to do. I mean, that's not why I do it, but I rarely get hit on because people just assume I'm male since I'm dressed in skimpy, really obviously sexy outfits.
Oh, I do get a lot of compliments on my outfit, which is a Horde PvP dress from Pandaria. Is a perfect warlock dress.
Has Alliance?
Yeah.
Wow.
It works great on my Horde Blood Elf warlock as well.
Oh yeah, and anything looks good on Blood Elves.
Yeah, I just sad that I can't use Gul'dan's stat from the appearance because it's only for Horde factions, and Alliance gets sword and a shield, and I can't use it because my thingy doesn't use a shield.
Yeah, Transmog still needs to be a little bit more open. And last time we talked about some of the doxing that was going on with add-ons, where people were taking in the add-on and they were putting people's personal information. I
did not hear about that. Please enlighten me.
Yeah, people were using different add-ons like my RP, total RP3, and different things, and someone would block somebody, and then somebody would find information about somebody, and then so like say you have your profile, and you put somebody else's information out there. For the longest time, Blizzard was kind of saying it's add-on data. We're not going to really ban on it, but it has really become a problem in the RP community apparently. So Ellipse has been working with Blizzard, and they have a temporary solution, but there is now a new US and EU Blizzard support form to report doxing even via add-on. So if somebody is being mean to you or doing something very, very both illegal but also very, very harassing, use these new support forms to report that player. And Ellipse says
that is good.
This is a short-term solution, not the definitive solution to the issue. They're looking into more effective solutions. But I like when Blizzard's working on something, and because they get flack for a lot of stuff, but they're actually working to address the issue.
Well, good, because, God, there's nothing worse than... Well, I mean, obviously there's things worse than doxing somebody, like actually murdering somebody. But, you know, I mean, it's rarely a good thing. And it's been going on for so long with, you know, certain types of toxic players that just... There's just no excuse.
Absolutely. And having information over somebody and then using that against them is both. I just think it's unethical and it's wrong. And yeah, for people couldn't get anything fixed on it. And I'm glad Blizzard's saying we acknowledge it and we're working on it. So this was a great move on their part.
I love Blizzard. They are so caring to their customer base. I mean, you know, the thing is that people would probably still play the game if they weren't so nice, but they are. I mean, they do things sometimes that annoy me, like take away the bronze sunglasses. You know, but it's like, holy cow, I feel taken care of by this company, you know?
Yeah. And again, they're not perfect, but I did 9 papers on them for school, and I came away from those papers thinking, wow, we don't realize the amazing company we have. Again, I'm a fan gnome, so I'm a little biased. But
you're a fan gnome.
Yeah, I'm fan gnoming.
But that's okay.
And moving into some fun ways to show how much you love Blizzard. I also heard this on the Summoning Stone. StarCraft 2 has BFA sprays. Or Froth. They have Froth sprays. Froth is the pronunciation.
Yes, that's what we'll be calling it. So they do. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you buy BFA, you can get Horde and Alliance sprays. So I'm like,
Nice.
And allied race mounts will be faction wide. So
That is good.
So wait, what did you say?
the mounts for the allied races will be faction wide. So if you unlock them,
Good.
it means more mounts for me to collect. Now, because he's in Poppy's in Discord. Hey, Poppy.
Yay! Hi, Poppy.
Hello.
At first, I thought it was Pope Crunch. I was like, Gnome, because I like that.
So I'm looking at the time. Do we have time for?
Oh my god,
trivia?
I got the Corvus mount. Oh my god, I got the Corvus mount.
Nice.
Oh my god, so awesome.
Trivia.
Finally.
There is a couple of. Let me look at what we have in the agenda because. Let's talk about the Ready Player One trailer. Then I got an email, and then I think we might have to move on.
Well, I have it out just in case.
Okay, and I found out I'm getting it for Christmas, so I'm excited.
Yay! Then I can play.
Absolutely. There is Blizzard has said there will be no /dab, so thank you, Blizzard. I'm dabbing.
What?
No /dab. Have you seen the dab?
Oh, that thingy. Yeah, thank
Oh, ha 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 ha.
There's the alpha has been encrypted World of Warcraft alpha CDN added to Battle.net app catalog files, so we're getting closer to the alpha.
It's scary.
Oh, Discord has added, this is only on the desktop right now. I just think this is really cool. They have added a looking for group tool. So, it's covers.
I also noticed that they did an overlay for when you're playing a game and you're in chat with someone. There is an overlay.
I'm on Mac, so I don't get overlays.
Well, then.
Get a PC, boy.
I was working on that, and then the Blizzard Gear Store depleted my PC budget, so I got to rebuild from scratch.
Bad Gear Store. No Gear Store biscuit.
But I got my nice sweater, so.
Unless you want to send me stuff. I still love my
Oh.
Murloc slippers. FYI.
I need to get either a Murloc onesie or some other kind of onesie at some
the
point.
Murloc onesie is not on the store anymore at this point in time.
I know.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, they sold out before BlizzCon. So I'm hoping they're
I'll
going to
just
put it
have
back
to
up.
get a unicorn one then.
Now, if you want
But-
if you want jackets, the field jacket, oh, I love that. I've been wearing it.
That's nice, but I waited too long to get the Sylvanas hoodie, and they don't have it in my size anymore.
Oh.
It's okay.
Let's talk about the Ready Player One. Oh, quick PSA, but sorry, before I go into that. Snowy Owl Battle Pet is now spawned in Winter Spring. You can get it until March 21st. Just if you're collecting battle pets, I may actually try to get it this year, but that's there. WoW's having their holiday sale in both the gear store and the digital store. But yeah,
I think the digital store just has not be on sale since Black Friday.
no, it seemed like it was in more.
No, because it went from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, and then it's been the Christmas sale.
That's retail. Retail has been in sale.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The gear store.
Yeah. So the Ready Player One trailer.
It looks awesome, but if you read the book, you can see a lot of mistakes just from that trailer.
Well, I see pop culture mistake. Well, actually, that's the wrong word. I see why they changed the pop culture references, because I think part of it is they're trying to go for a younger audience.
But the thing is, it's supposed to set the pulp culture to like kind of the 80s ish, because that's where this kid's dad's grew up, even though this is in the future and everything, the 80s had that special place. And if you think about it, a lot of the 80s pop culture is coming back due to Stranger Things.
That is true. And the 80s packaged into the story. And I'm going to be careful that I don't want to go into specifics because I don't want to ruin Ready Player One. It's a great story, and I recommend anybody read the book.
My boyfriend did point something out that he found amusing. There was Overwatch characters in the trailer.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you have to understand, in the book, they did talk about World of Warcraft and other Blizzard games.
Yeah, and that is true because it is in the future. So they have to, and I do hope World of Warcraft makes an appearance because I was so giddy. I went squee when I read that in the book.
Same here. Well, I didn't really squeal, but I was like, "Hey, I play that."
I squealed inside.
But yeah, there's a lot of other things in there that, for storyline, just what I can tell. So, like, non-real spoiler, there's a character in the book, and most people will change the avatars to what they want. Well, this person basically kept the avatar as close as possible to who that person is, and just made slight alterations. But when you see that avatar in the trailer, and then you see what that person looks like in the real life, not in the system, they're completely different.
Is that Parzival or the other character?
The other one, Artemis.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because you're right. Yeah,
It's there's something what she doesn't like about herself.
Maybe,
and that's what she changes it, but for the most part, she keeps to herself to the way it should be.
I could see, as long as they keep the major stories, some of the other stuff could be like in the Harry Potter movies, there's a lot of differences because it's a different medium, but the main story's there. It just better not be like Percy Jackson. I hate the Percy Jackson movies. The second one was better, but I still hate the Percy Jackson movies.
What I've seen is they have changed it because, to me, Player Ready 1, the book, kind of has... My boyfriend's correcting me on the pronunciation of the name of the book.
I wasn't going to correct you.
Don't worry, he's been correcting me constantly because I swear I'm dyslexic in some ways.
I can't pronounce stuff, so the blue recluse.
So, with it, the book itself feels like it's 3 books in one because there's just so much information. Even though it's not a big book, there's just so much about it. And you got like the beginning part where everything starts. Then you got a middle part where it seems like it's a completely different story with hints of the previous part. And then you got the third part, which is like the conclusion of what happened in the first part. And in this movie, it looks like they probably cut out the big chunk of the middle part. And to do that, they have to change the storyline somewhat.
Yeah.
And that's what I get from the trailer. Like, I'm still really excited to see this movie. I am going to go see it. And you know what? I could be surprised. Maybe they are trying to lure me into misbelieving something else, so my expectations lower. And if your expectations lower for a movie, it ends up being way better than what you think. And then you're going to tell everyone it was a great movie. So I'm hoping they're kind of trying to do this. But this is just what I've seen from the trailer. There is some disappointments.
When is it coming out? I didn't catch that.
2018.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like coming out for Christmas because, I think it's coming out near my birthday. I think. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I'm looking. March 29th, 2018.
Yeah, I was right. Woo!
Woohoo!
Because March 27th is my birthday. And I've actually got March 26th. I'm going to be interviewing Back to Azeroth because I'm going to be gone the week before, so there will be no Thursday show.
Yes, there will be.
No.
There might not be a live show on Twitch, but if you come to Discord of Frazzlecast, there might be some conversation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll let an unrecorded episode happen between anybody who wants, and I may even join in depending on what I'm doing. And
we'll try to find someone to record it and put it up with Frazzly's permission and going over it to make sure it is up to clean standards.
Yeah, or I could just call it the unofficial Frazzlecast.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I'm going to have Back to Azeroth for the official March 26th episode, but that's way in the future. One quick thought, just I don't know if you guys have seen it, before we get into the emails, I saw this story because we do cover geeky stuff, and I found this a very interesting thing. Apple has admitted to slowing older iPhones.
Oh.
Now,
like refurbished cell phones?
They say that it's to prevent battery issues, that they said it is only in cases of cold temperature, a low battery charge, or very old batteries, in that they practice deals with problems like unexpected shutdowns caused by aging batteries or cold conditions. I
think that's bullshit.
So that makes sense why my iPhone shuts down at like 40%.
Yeah. What model is your phone?
6.
Okay, because it does sound like it started on a 6. Yeah, I think that's.
I've been having that problem with every iPhone. It gets to a certain percentage and it just crashes. That
sounds like a bad battery in my limited experience. But yeah, I
usually have to put a new battery in. I just haven't this time around.
I'm glad Apple's at least acknowledged this, because this has been something, it's always been a rumor that Apple does it. It sounds like it's only started in the recent, it started in iOS 10 officially. But yeah, Mac Rumor says there is now a class action lawsuit. So, and
how will we know if we were affected?
I think we have to join the class action lawsuit. So I don't know if I'm going to join, just because I'm an Apple fan gnome too. Lady Emma, do you want to read the first email from a listener?
Sure, where is it?
In the show notes. It's under From the Fans.
All right. Email 1. Hello, Frazzlecast. I listened to your show today at work with headphones on, of course. The show is not exactly work appropriate.
I don't know what you mean.
No clue. I am no gamer. Just you run.
Just your run of the mill geek typo.
The wording's a little off here. You just run. Yeah, just you run of the mill geek. But sometimes struck me funny, though, that I began to laugh out loud and definitely turn it into a fake cough, looking around to see if anyone was looking at me. Yes, because we've always done that. I've done that when I'm listening to an audiobook, and then it gets to a thing that I should not be listening, and I'm like, oh no, I'm blushing. Is my headphones too loud? Turn down the volume. Oh no. And if I'm laughing to myself, they probably thought I've gone crazy. Anyways, going back to the email, cough and look around to see if anyone's looking at me. Thanks for making my quiet, boring desk job a little bit more entertaining. Silently listening. Poppy!
Oh, thank you, Poppy. So yeah, Frazzlecast definitely likes making people's work jobs more entertaining, and thank you for listening at work. The next email I got from a listener. Hey, nothing would make me happier than a chance to get to know someone warm and friendly. I would feel really awesome about it. Link redacted. XXX Mariella. Oh, thank you, Mariella. Do you think this is real?
Wow.
It's a listener.
I will get nice and warm and friendly with you over a nice little fake TV fire drinking rum and Coke, or maybe some cider with some Coke, hot cider. And we can get nice and cozy. Ooh, but they have a new channel. Instead of a log channel, they have a Christmas house setting with kittens all over it. So we'll probably watch that one instead.
That sounds good.
Nice and cozy.
Dear God.
So Mariella, Lady Emma will be in contact with you to set up a meetup. So have fun, Mariella. Or 'cause I don't think she was emailing me for anything.
No, I think it's for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those type of emails that you want to get warm and cozy, we all know it's for me.
Absolutely. It has nothing to do with what we talked about in the first half of the show.
I want to get warm and cozy with you, I think. Wow, this sounds great.
I'll provide the booze. You provide the fun.
But I'm going to guess that we have a listener in Discord right now who would also love to join up.
Totally. We were talking about doing a Vancouver meetup.
Yeah. At some point in the next 35 years.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Oh, no, wait.
Because we got to celebrate my birthday, remember?
Absolutely. I just got to get the funds to get over to Vancouver.
We just haven't figured out which age I'm turning.
You're turning 24.
Yeah, 24 wasn't a bad year.
Yeah. So, final thoughts. What is your wish for Winter Veil this year?
In game or in real life?
Any.
Well,
I would like... No, actually, I don't want to go there. I was going to get all political. That might be bad.
Yeah, we'll do that off the show.
Yeah.
In real life, you know what? I'm just happy that I know wonderful people in game and out of game. And, you know, like my best friend was in town and I was really happy. I saw Star Wars with her and we've been friends for 16 years.
Absolutely.
And then even the Frazzlecast and all the people who guest on there, all things Azeroth, like even the Dark Moon Herald, like I get to talk to all these wonderful people. And then the CTR Guild is like a huge family. So there's so much people that I'm grateful. Now for material things, there's not really anything I need. Yes, everyone likes the shiny stuff. There's always stuff I want, but I don't need them and I won't die not getting them. So for me, I'm just kind of happy and grateful for the friendships I have. To me, that is the best gift that I could ask for.
Absolutely. I want to, I echo that. The community, the friends, just the fact that two people want to get together and talk every. Sorry, I was moving my arms and I was getting all animated. But yeah, just the fact that we all come together and on a show is just, it's a lot of fun. And time runs fast. So yeah, friends and family. I'm with you. I don't need anything. I'm excited about the mic I'm getting. I found out what mic I'm getting. You know, I was surprised, but I don't need anything. And Lisia.
Nope.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I think if there's one thing I want, it would be to get my health back. That might be really nice to not be quite so sick all the time. But, you know, even that I can live with just because I love this community and I love all the friends I've made through gaming and podcasting. So.
Absolutely. I met you through the Realm Maintenance podcast Discord. So I mean, it's amazing the people that I starting Children 17. I never knew who I would be ending as friends with.
Yeah, you were stalking me on all things Azeroth. What's up with that?
I'm at loss for words. And with that, thank you all for coming tonight to Frazzlecast. Where can we find you, Lisia?
Well, you can find me at Lisia Raids on Twitter, and my podcast is at www.ratingwithlisia.com.
Nice. And as a great podcast, I definitely enjoy listening with Oro and you. It's a blast.
We have a lot of fun doing it. So.
Well, it shows. And then, Lady Emma, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Lady_Emma, and there is an underscore in my one.
Nice.
Craig just got to rub it in, even though Deceiver's not here.
Nope, but he's here in spirit.
He is. So
Rude.
oh, and there he is.
Is he here?
Yes.
I'm using his mod privileges to unmute.
Yep.
And yeah, anyway, and I'm Frazzly. You can find me at frazzly.com. I'm at Frazzlytastic. You can find the show at frazzlecast.com. Get in touch with us, just like Mariella and Poppy. Leave us emails, voicemails, snail mails, send us cake.
Wait, you want me to get in touch with you like Mariella did? Because I can do that, baby.
I feel like I need a P.O. box so people can send me goodies.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And have like a weekly. What did Emma get in the box this week?
That could also be very scary at the same time.
That is true. Yeah.
What's in Emma's box? Yeah, that sounds like a good party game.
This week, I got hair and a condom. Hey, it's PG. It's totally PG.
And that's...
I got sausages!
Oh, my. Oh, I got witch's fingers.
And with that, I think that's a show.
Woohoo! Hi.
Don't forget to eat my luck cookies. Apparently, they're gluten-free.
Welcome to episode 18 of the Frazzle Report for Friday, December 22nd, 2017. It is the holiday season. There are many holidays that are celebrated around the world. Monday is when people will be celebrating the real-world holiday of Christmas. But for World of Warcraft fans, we know it has Winter Veil. Make sure to get your presents under the tree starting December 25th. My producer has told me this episode will be different, as we want to educate our listeners. I know the truth. This is the obligatory Winter Veil episode. The production staff didn't work to put together material for this week. They decided that we want to instead capitalize on the trendy, relevant topic. I will be reading from the book, The Feast of Winter Veil. You can pick up this book in any of the capital cities. Chapter 1. The Feast of Winter Veil. The later seasons of Azeroth are marked as a time of change in many cultures. The dwarves in the Tauren especially look to a legend of the coming Winter Veil, the blanketing of the land in snow, thus heralding a time of renewal, as a time for celebration. Though the understanding of the legends that the races of Azeroth share are not dissimilar, the ways they choose to acknowledge them are as diverse as the races themselves. Chapter 2. The Legend of Great Father Winter. The term Winter Veil is said to stem from a supernatural being referred in many cultures to as Great Father Winter. As he would walk the land late in the seasons, winter itself would be his billowing cloak. In his wake was the blanketing of the land in snow, and thus it is said that Great Father Winter would cast his wintry veil over the land. Though parts of Azeroth may lie in snow, It gives the land time for rebirth and renewal. Chapter 3. The Dwarves. Ever consumed with the research of their origins, the dwarves choose to celebrate the season as a recognition of Great Father Winter himself. They consider him to be the personification of one of the ancients of Azeroth, the Titans. Much as they claim lineage in one degree or another to these mystical beings, they consider their snowy home of Dunmorrow as the prime example of Great Father Winter's blessings. Chapter 4. The Tauren. The Tauren, in their shamanistic understanding of winter, along with their recent emergence into druidic endeavors, fit in well with the legend of Winter Veil. They focus almost entirely on the renewing aspects of the lore, however, leaving legend worship to those races, as they view it, less in tune with the nature of things. Many Tauren choose this time as the right time to give thanks for the blessings of their new home in Mulgore. Chapter 5. Feasting. The idea of feasting during this time of year is one that traces its origins to the legend itself. As Great Father Winter walked Azeroth, bringing water in his wake, it is said he would provide a bounty for those who welcomed his presence. As such, the idea of feasting during the Winter Veil would bring together communities as they shared whatever they had. Typically, a single day of merriment and feasting welcomed the change, all in anticipation of the land's renewal. Chapter 6. Modern-day observation. Other cultures have begun to recognize the Feast of Winter Veil as a time of great celebration, though not in the same traditions as the legend bases it in. Customs, often unrelated to anything other than a chance for celebration and gift exchange, have made their way into modern-day observations of the season. Even the image of Great Father Winter is sometimes used, but more as a harbinger of commercial exploit rather than as a supernatural titan. I hope this has been informative about the history of this holiday. It is highly contested, many viewing it as just a day for commercialization. It is my favorite holiday. I do enjoy getting presents, as well as giving presents. I view it as a time to reflect, and a moment to enjoy time with friends and family. A time to lay down our weapons and instead share kindness with those, even those of the Horde faction. At the end of the day, all we have is each other in this mad, mad world of Warcraft. No, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Let's get back to the show. In addition to the book, The Feast of Winter Veil, I would also like to encourage listeners to check out The Tauren and the Goblin, Episode 7, On Winter's Veil. I mean, don't check it out on Winter's Veil. Check it out before. I mean, unless you want to hear it on Winter's Veil, but it's called On Winter's Veil. They discuss the history as well as their personal views on this holiday. I have a link in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Our sponsor, Smokywood Pastures, would like to remind you to buy their overpriced food. They want me to say their tagline. Buy delicious Smokywood Pastures in all the major cities. Smokywood Pastures. It's good. You'll like it. Use coupon code FRASLY to get a free treat. Minimum purchase of 85 gold required. Not valid at franchise Smokywood Pastures locations. First come, first serve. How was that? Oh, I apologize. They weren't pleased with my ad read. Oh well. We at the Frasley Report as well as our parent station, wish you a merry winter veil. I hope you get something good in your stocking. This has been the Frazzler Report. I'm your lovable, or puntable, gnome Frazzly Sparkspan. You can find us at frazzlerreport.com. Until next week, be awesome. Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.